man. I'm in a healthy relationship with a Black, attractive, high-earning man. I think that's important to note because a lot of Black women...
I'm in a healthy relationship with the Black man of my dreams. He is kind, he is enterprising, he is generous, he is faithful. And most importantly, he is my very best friend. Period.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around. This is TikTok Gist with Cheesy. Guys, today's video, we're just going to dive right to today's video. We're going to be talking about women in a healthy relationship, whether Black, whether white, or whatever the race may be. Like women in general that is in a relationship, like a healthy, like when I say healthy, a healthy relationship. Yeah, these women, they have some stories to tell, some of their experiences, how they met their spouse, where they met their spouse. Some even met at the high schools. Imagine meeting your spouse in the high school, and today you guys are married. You're still in a relationship that is, healthy. Girl, you got a story to tell. These beautiful ladies got a story to tell. Like, there is something they are not telling us. Like, some have even been together for 50 years. Some have waited for relationship for over 12 years. And they later found love. Like, it's a lot, guys. Let's hear from them and learn from their stories.
With a man. I'm in a healthy relationship with a Black, attractive, high-earning man. I think that's important to note because a lot of Black women, especially who want and to desire to marry a Black man, feel like they might have to settle. And no, you don't. I have been with Jonathan 6 years. We got married 3 months ago. And when I tell you that I have never once since we've been together had to worry about who I was going to get with him. If I had to give him a nickname, I would call him Mr. Follow Through. Since the very beginning, Jonathan has been what he's talking about, okay? I remember when we first started dating, we would plan dates on like a Sunday, and like almost every day leading up into the Friday date, I would be like, are we still going? Like, are you still excited? And finally one day he sat me down and he was like, stop asking me that, because if I say that I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. And he wasn't lying. The original creator also suggested to talk about your life with your partner. And that's such an interesting thing because so many people have asked us, how has our life changed since we got married? And honestly, it hasn't changed that much. And that's because I knew exactly what to expect when I married Jonathan. I think something that social media puts in our heads is that every day has to be exciting. Every day has to be this grand gesture or whatever the case may be. And honestly, what I find so joyful about being with Jonathan is that the everyday things are some of the things I enjoyed the most. Like today we were on a walk. We walked to go get coffee and Jonathan looked at me and said, I'm so happy with you. And that is what we do very often with each other. We tell each other in real time, no matter what small task it is or what small thing we're doing, I'm having a good time with you. Like, this is fun for me. And so that we understand that our day-to-day life is enjoyable and we love doing it with each other. So I know we can get on these apps and we feel like, damn, everybody complaining. Please know that there are people out there who probably are just silent because they're just having a good time walking down the street. Let me know if you want to hear more about my boo because I love him. And also, I'm going to throw a picture in the end because we just got married and why not? Bye!
I'm in a healthy relationship with the Black man of my dreams. He is kind, he is enterprising, he is generous, he is faithful. And most importantly, he is my very best friend. Period. Successful relationships can be described as just that. That's your boring best friend. The key to staying in a healthy relationship is find someone that likes you. Not the show you put on, not the part that you use to attract other people, but someone who genuinely likes you. Someone who you can sit on the floor with, crisscross applesauce, laugh until your eyes are tearing up, and have that same person also be the person to console you during your very worst days. I think in the beginning of a relationship, we really prioritize romance and courtship and dating and vacations and flashiness. But the best, most long-sustaining relationships, the most long-term relationships that I know, are people that have wonderful companionship. Their partner is reliable, they're loyal, they're supportive. I am my partner's comfort, I am my partner's peace, I am my partner's #1 fan, and vice versa.
I could not help but share my story with you. So at the time I met my boyfriend, which was a little over 2 years ago, I'd been single for 12 years. I had been single in Washington State, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, New York, and Oklahoma. And I had been actively dating in all of those places because I was very committed to having a life partner. But after 12 years, let me tell you, it had gotten a little stressful. So I met my parents in Arkansas for the weekend. They came down from Minnesota, which is where I grew up and am from, and I came over from Oklahoma to meet them for the weekend. And while we were there, they went to bed super early one night, and I was on Bumble swiping. And what I love about this story was that I was sitting on Bumble swiping thinking, this is stupid. This is dumb. I don't want to date someone in Arkansas. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't want a long distance relationship. And I did it anyways. And I matched with this guy who was also from Minnesota. Now, mind you, I'm not a Minnesotan. Like, I left when I was 17. And so apparently the universe has a great sense of humor. We met on Bumble, but we actually didn't meet in person for 6 weeks. So by the time we started talking, he was back in Minnesota. I was back in Oklahoma. And what I loved about him from the beginning is when we were messaging, he immediately was like, can we have a Zoom date? I said, sure. On that Zoom date, what I loved about him was at the end of it, he said, I like you. I'd like to see you again. Are you available on Friday? Now, at the end of Friday's date, he said, I like you. I'd like to see you again. Are you available on Tuesday? At the end of Tuesday's date, he said, I like you. I'd like to see you again. Are you available on Friday? He was very clear about his feelings and his intentions up front. Because we had never met before and we couldn't meet because we lived 10 hours apart, we put all of our tables on the card pretty immediately. So fast forward to, oh wait, before I do that, I want to tell you, he also really put a lot of energy and intention into our dates, even though they were virtual. So on our fourth date, he said to me, I want you to send me a grocery list and I want you to get the same groceries. And then we're going to get on Zoom and you're going to teach me how to cook one of your favorite meals. He put in more energy and effort up front than a guy that I had gone out with that literally lived 2 blocks away from me. And we were 10 hours apart. So fast forward, we met 6 weeks in. I had been doing some traveling and he had said to me, like, I'd like to come down to Oklahoma and meet you. And I was like, cool, whatever. Like, I'm traveling. You can come in October, whatever. So he comes down to Oklahoma to meet me. I was stressed out the entire day he was driving. We had spent 6 weeks getting to know each other, building a relationship, and I spent that entire day just stressed to the max. What if we didn't have chemistry? What if I wasn't attracted to him? What if? The second I saw him across the street, it was like my entire nervous system exhaled. I felt calm, I felt grounded, I felt peace, I felt at ease. And it was like my body was saying to me, like, you can do this. You can be here. You can enjoy this. Like, this is good. So fast forward, 3 months in, we start talking about moving in together. 4 months in, we put an offer on a house, which, by the way, is currently our home. We have had now 2 incredible full years living together. And I mean, I remember back to those 12 years of being single, and it was stressful. It was a lot. It was lonely. It was overwhelming. It was one of the things I love about Jordan so much is that he's a true partner to me. So little things like I cook every night for us. I cook every single night from scratch. We almost never have leftovers. And while, generally I wouldn't do something like the agreements that we have is that I cook every single night and I bake a lot as well because I like it. I have a lot of food allergies and so I like it. I enjoy it. He cleans up. I do things around the house. He also does things around the house. He is a true partner in every sense of the word. Where I lack, he excels. Where he lacks, I excel. And we really, truly support each other. We encourage each other in our careers. We split responsibilities. We work together. I will tell you this. It was fucking worth waiting 12 years for. I had a lot of moments when I could have compromised. I I had a lot of opportunities to be with men that weren't the right men for me. I had a lot of people around me being like, when are you just going to settle down? I am so glad that I waited. And we are talking about getting married in 2024. And I am just like, I could not be more grateful that I was single for those 12 years. So I'll give you a little tip on a book that I used to really help me get to this place. It's called Calling in the One. Now, I'm not a big fan of the name of the book, but whatever. It's 49 days worth of exercises that will help you get clear on you. And I did it in 2020, and then I did it again in 2021. And at the very beginning, it has you set an intention. I set the intention of being in a committed relationship by December 15th of that year. I met Jordan Labor Day weekend. So it was literally 10 days after I set that intention. But I just want to breathe into you. It's possible, it's coming, and it's happening, and it is gonna be even fucking better.
A lot of people have watched me go from very single and believing in love to falling in love, and in July I got engaged to the love of my life. I was single for a very long time before I met my fiance. This is my first serious relationship ever. This is also the first time I've ever been in love. And now I'm getting married, so it can absolutely be done. I know it's frustrating when you're constantly seeing dating content that is so negative and discouraging, and you want to know, are people actually in healthy relationships? And I want to let you know that yes, there are actually a lot of us who are in loving, amazing, healthy relationships with amazing men, because they are out there. My fiance is my romantic best friend, because obviously I have my best friend, but he is my best friend. We love spending time together. We really enjoy being in each other's company. And when I tell you, I feel so loved, so appreciated by this man. It's like I walk in the room and I can just feel and sense how much this person loves me. He is also my biggest support system. I'm an actress. I live in New York City. I audition a lot and whatnot. And when we first started dating, he didn't know anything really about acting, but he would tell me, he would look up. I wanted to know, like, what is it like when you have to self-tape an audition? He went through the rabbit hole and he looked up things because he truly wanted to know how he could be there for me as a partner, supporting me in my career. And just those little things that they do, those men are out there when they see you and they want to make sure that you feel safe, you feel respected, you feel loved. They're out there. I share my best dating tips from the perspective of somebody who was in the dating scene for a long time and wanted to give up on love. And so glad I didn't, because then I found my person and it was 1000% worth it. I truly hope to inspire as many women as possible to never give up on love. If you are a hopeless romantic, please hold on to that, because there are people out there that will match that energy and will be that for you. I truly love love. I'm a sap. I love it. I want everybody to find their person. And I made a video recently because someone was looking for Black female content creators that do positive dating content. And I am that person, at least one of the few on here. And there's a handful of them that are really good. But please come to this side of TikTok. I have playlists on how to manifest your partner. I have my dating update playlist if you want to see the progression from when my fiance and I started dating, even before that, leading up to that. I truly just want to help as many people as possible, because love is amazing. And when you find it, it is so special. So please don't give up. I see you. I hear you. You're amazing. And you are a beautiful woman. And I know that you are going to find your person in the most perfect time, because I know everything unfolded for me in the perfect time in my life. And it is going to do the same for you. So please don't give up. And please X out of all those videos that have negative dating content, because we do not need to be putting that energy into the world. And here's us at our engagement party. You can find love.
As a hopeful romantic, I know what it feels like to be extremely defeated, and are there even men out there that will love me the way I want to be loved, and that are deserving of the love I want to give? So first, let me describe to you what it feels like. It feels so safe and so secure. I'm never worried about him leaving me, about his loyalty, about his devotion, about his interest, about his desire. I feel so secure. I feel like that I'm the only one for him, that I'm the only girl in the world, literally. He's also my best friend. He's the person I want to go to with my problems, with my happiness, with my everything. He is someone that he's my best friend. Like, there's nothing I can't talk to him about. He also gives me the space to be human. I don't worry about if I'm pimply or sad or going through it or whatever. Like, I know that he is just my rock because he's built a place for me to be so safe and so secure. Every time he comes over, he asks me if I need something from the store. Every time he leaves my place, he makes sure that he cleans the floors, does my dishes, there's not a dish in the sink, and that my trash is taken out. Every single time. He constantly gives me affirmations. He feeds into my love languages. He gives me touch tokens, which is basically where like I can use them however I want. I love tickles, like back tickles and foot rubs. So he'll give those to me whenever, but I can have like devoted times for that if I use a touch token. We also have a lot of inside jokes. Like we have a lot of things that only him and I would get. Like there was one time I think I was saying like, that's all. And I just said it so much and he was like, that's all, like that. And so now we say it like that to each other all the time. And we have our own like little language. We do voices with each other. Like he's my best friend. In the first 3 months of us dating, I got more flowers from him because he got them consecutively. Every time one died, the next one came. More flowers from him in 3 months than I did with my ex of 3 years in the entire duration. And he shows up. Most important thing, he shows up. He always shows up, and he makes me feel like if I settled down with him, if I gave him babies, like I would have picked a good father. Like that's what it feels like. And I'm gonna get emotional. I just feel really thankful. And when I first saw this video, I was like, okay, well, I don't want to come on here and brag, but I freaking wish I saw more videos that made me believe in love, because all I was told, and this was from, it doesn't matter who it's from, I was told that the type of love I wanted was only readable in storybooks, and that the people talking about their loves online were lying or like bigging it up for the internet. Like I agree not to compare, because someone else like doing something sweet for you, like there might be men who make little origami flowers for their women and you're like, mine doesn't do that. They're all gonna love you in a different way, but what matters is that they show up, and you will feel like they care and they see you when they show up. And you deserve someone who shows up. We all do.
Let me give the girls some hope and tell y'all my testimony, okay? So my boyfriend and I met when we were in college, but we got into a committed relationship after we both graduated. After he graduated, he moved to Dallas for an amazing job offer, y'all. An amazing job offer that is like his dream job. But me, on the other hand, I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I'm still in Virginia at this time, working job after job, changing my career about 10 different times, trying to figure out what the heck is my passion. So y'all, one day I was on the phone with him getting ready for work, but I was also just venting to him about how unhappy I was, y'all. Like I was just like, babe, I need to change the speed. I need to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. I have so much more to offer to this world than to be working at this 9 to 5. Now I'm at work doing my everyday duties, and my manager tells me to come to the back because my husband is on the phone. I'm thinking in my head, Boogie, I don't have a husband. So I go to the back to answer the phone, and it's my man. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, babe, what's wrong? Like, I'm at work. So he's just like, do you want today to be your last day at work? Child, the man didn't have to repeat himself. He didn't have to say it louder because I was already with it, okay? The answer is yes. So he was like, so go ahead and clock out for me. This man got me a one-way ticket to Dallas, got movers at my daggone apartment shipping my stuff over to Dallas. Baby, the man wasn't playing. He paid the fee for me to break my lease. Like, he just had everything taken care of. I felt secure in making the move because, for one, I had a great savings account and I also have 2 degrees. So if all else fails, baby, I can do better by myself. So I'm all settled in now, and we just decided to have a sit down just to talk about our expectations of each other now that we live together. And he literally just told me, the only thing I expect from you is for you to find what your passion is in life. You don't gotta cook, you don't gotta contribute to anything financially, just figure out what you want out of life. So I told him, like, babe, I think I wanna take content creation serious. I might have told him that on a Monday, and I promise y'all that Friday I had a vlogging camera, a new phone, ring lights, vanity sets. Baby, he was not playing. And the biggest thing of all, I complained about the lighting in our old apartment because we didn't have like a lot of natural light. The man moved us into a high rise. Like, I really cannot make this up. I say all that to say, this man knew how unhappy I was, so he changed my circumstances. And he also knew my potential, so he invested into my passion. And now I get to wake up every day and talk to a phone and make money. That man wanted to alleviate all my issues so I can just focus on me and what I want out of life. And that's a beautiful Black king right there. It's been 4 years now. We've gone to couples therapy. We're constantly working on the quality of our relationship, and we just are obsessed with each other. And I just love my man. Do not lose hope, baby. Your person is out here somewhere, and he gonna come get you. He gonna come get you, Wookie.
I have been married to my husband for 17 and a half years, and we actually had a very rocky, crazy start, like before we got married, like just young, immature, and doing all those crazy things. But then we got married, and our marriage has been completely healthy. I don't mean it's been perfect, and I don't mean that we've never had issues. I mean it's healthy. And what I mean about healthy is we have evolved over time. We have learned to communicate over time. We have learned to get better as individuals and as a couple over time. We have managed to share wisdom with our children. And so what makes something healthy is growth. And so, like I said, it's not perfect. It's not even like just fabulous all the time. I mean, but it's healthy. Like you said that word, and that just kind of like stuck with me and it resonated with me. It's healthy. And so some of the examples that I think that make a healthy marriage is I don't try to make my husband be something that he's not. He is who he is. Anytime I ask of something of my husband that I want him to change, these are things that all healthy adults, males, should want to do, husbands, fathers, whatever. And the same thing that he asks of me. So he loves sports. He loves football. He loves, doing those kind of things. I don't really care for it, but I don't try to make him not do that. The thing about me is I'm always evolving in my style and the things that I like and I don't like. And he lets me be me. Like one of the things I've said from day one, he lets me be me. So we're very comfortable being ourselves in our marriage. We're not trying to create a new person. And now that we're like in our late 40s and our 50s, we're evolving even more as individuals. And so the other healthy thing about our marriage is the fact that as we are changing and evolving in our individual selves, the other one is supportive of that change. So there's things that he's doing and becoming that he didn't do or, wasn't like at the beginning of the marriage or 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. I can't hold him to the person he was 24 months ago. I have to walk with him as he evolves, and he has to do the same with me. So healthy marriages do exist, and you're right to talk about being around and immersing yourself in that, because I literally do the same thing. We have 4 couple friends that are in healthy marriages. All of us either came from divorced parents, estranged marriage parents, or parents that were never married. Like out of the 8 people, because it's me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples. So out of the 10 of us, none of our parents have like healthy marriages, husbands or wives. And so we surrounded ourselves with healthy couples, and we as 5 couples hold ourselves accountable as the husbands and the wives. So I hope that helps, and I pray for you, and I hope the best for you in finding a beautiful, healthy marriage that you so desire, because it does exist. It takes time and it takes nurturing, just like a garden. In order to have healthy food in a garden, you have to nurture it, you have to water it, you have to make sure that it has the right mulch, and sometimes you have to prune it. So sometimes things have to be taken away, but they do exist. Hope that helps.